I'm Jerry Ingram with Volunteer Home Mortgage, and I am this morning's sponsor. More about what my business can help with all your mortgage needs is coming up soon. But first things first, let's get over to Wake Up with Witcher, which is coming up next.
It's time for Wake Up with Witcher. Here's meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center.
And good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. It is hump day, my friends, and a rainy one it's going to be. Before we get to the forecast and the chat this morning's Wake Up with the Witcher is sponsored by Volunteer Home Mortgage. You can visit them online, volunteerhomemortgage.com, or call them at 865-238-7500. Listen, mortgages are tough. Buying a house is tough. And the real estate market, and well, listen, the interest rates went down just recently, about 1/4 point. So there we go. Maybe it's a little bit more affordable now. But Jerry and her team are available 7 days a week. They can help you out with conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, construction repair, non-QM, and new construction mortgages and loans. So give her a call today, again, at 865-238-7500. She doesn't just practice in the state of Tennessee. They practice in Georgia and Florida as well. So definitely give her a call if you're looking for a little bit of an update. All right, let's go ahead and get you outside. Live look at their radar, top right-hand side of the screen. And again, we do have some rain showers already starting to show up around the area. When I had the T-Dot cameras here, we'll get those up and running here in just a moment. There we go. So some of the interstates are wet here this morning. So if you do travel along, say 11E, 25W, you'll run into some rain showers from Jefferson City, Morristown, Bean Station, and working its way towards southwestern Virginia. And a live look there in Union County this morning. We do have a little bit of fog showing up here to get the day started as well. All right, so let's get the day started because we got a lot to talk about here this morning. We do have a lot of moisture heading our way. We've been talking about this for the last couple of days. Got a couple of systems that are going to combine their efforts and bring us basically that river of rain. So we go from no rain at all for half the month to now we're going to be excessive rainfall. That could lead to flooding and flash flooding concerns. So before we get there, let's start you off with the almanac. Yesterday was another hot day. Yes, felt like summertime. Tri-Cities picked up 6,707 inches of rain. I was going back to the radar as well for the tornado warning that we had yesterday. Now, I apologize for not being on as much as I normally would be, and many of you already know that I was trying to do as best I could without the power because I was getting a whole home generator installed at my house thanks to City Heat and Air. And listen, it was one of those days and a random tornado warning. So National Weather Service is going to go out there and survey the damage to see what it was. But yeah, we had a confirmed tornado on the ground yesterday. We picked up some decent amount of rainfall, and that started the process. So satellite and radar over the last several hours, you can see how the rain's already starting to fill on in. We talked about this yesterday, how it's going to be likely a soggy start to our Wednesday morning. And when you look at our temperatures, not bad temperature-wise. As you step outside, we're in the 60s and 70s. A little bit of fog showing up, but not enough necessarily to slow you down. Here's the big picture story. Cold front on the way, but the cold front doesn't do a clean sweep. It kind of stalls out to our west, and that's going to allow for that moisture to kind of stream its way into the area. And then here comes Helene, and Helene's going to be bringing in a lot of rain and a lot of wind with it as well. So insult to injury, a very wet weather pattern sets up shop. We'll break it down hour by hour, day by day, coming up here in just a few minutes. I just wanted to show you the big picture of what's heading our way all the way through Friday. And again, it is going to be a mess. And if you recall yesterday, I talked about the fact that if this, it all depends on who gets the heaviest rainfall, depends on where that rain axis sets up shop. Well, some of the latest model guidance has pushed it a little bit further to the east. Therefore, the Central Valley and the mountains will likely get the heaviest rainfall over the next several days. But again, we're going to walk you through that here in just a moment. The Storm Prediction Center has also put a level 1 risk for isolated strong to severe thunderstorms throughout the day today. We do have a level 1, 2, and 3 risk for localized flooding and flash flooding concerns. So when you're talking about copious amounts of rain, it is going to be a problem. So the National Weather Service has already issued a flood watch. In effect, for the Central Valley, like Knox County and stuff, it runs until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. But for the mountains, it runs all the way through Friday afternoon. And the National Weather Service is also talking about the possibility of having to extend this a little bit further out, kind of depending on what this storm system does. Now, with the storm threats throughout the day today, and again, I think the severe weather will be this morning, but then the flooding potential will be this afternoon. So with that said, we'll just call it all day. But we do have a possibility of some strong damaging winds this morning. So we still have some elevated instability. But as we get into the afternoon, we'll lose that instability, but the rain really starts to saturate the atmosphere. The atmosphere, I should say, saturates from top to bottom or bottom to top. And that's going to bring us the increasing threat for localized flooding. So I put the flood threat on the high category here for the day today, and that's likely going to be the case for tomorrow and also on Friday. All right, so let's walk you through the future cast today. Already picking up on some of those showers out there this morning, so good information in, good information out. As we get from now through noon, we'd have a chance for those isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. But as we get into the lunch hour and into the afternoon, here comes that just river of rain that's going to be pushing on through. Now, is it going to be an all-day washout for most of us? No, not necessarily. But tropical-like rain showers are on the way. We're going to see some of the heaviest rainfall, mountain counties, upper East Tennessee, and over into North Carolina. So when you look at your rainfall potential by 7 o'clock here tonight, and I said this yesterday, don't concentrate on the specifics, just concentrate on the idea. Because, again, this could shift 50 miles one direction or the other, and that drastically changes it. So many of us are going to pick up well over an inch of rainfall today. And that's just through the day today. Temperature-wise, because we have the clouds and the rain moving on through, well, we're going to be more seasonable. We're talking lunchtime temperatures in the 70s. Highs will be in the upper 70s, so more average-like weather on the way today. Temperature-wise, it is going to make for a rather rough or slow-going evening commute, so plan accordingly if you have any travel plans or if you travel for your job today, or maybe you don't have great tires on your car yet. You just decided to hold off until wintertime, right? You burn through them all summer long. If you don't have great tread on your tires, hydroplaning is going to be a major concern as well, especially since we haven't had a ton of rain. Now this mixes with the oil and the ground becomes a little bit more slick. So there is Helene. Helene right now still a tropical storm. Winds at 65, gusting to 75 miles per hour. It could become a Category 1 hurricane later on today and maybe a Category 2 hurricane tomorrow morning. And then making landfall somewhere around the Big Bend of Florida as a Category 1 or Category 2, swinging its way up into East Tennessee as a tropical storm, possibly a tropical storm, maybe just a tropical depression, and then a remnant low as it kind of swings its way back closer to Nashville and Memphis. So yeah, obviously we're going to have elevated rain chances today, tomorrow, and Friday. The wind is going to pick up on Friday as well, and that's going to be the other big issue. The National Weather Service is going to hold off on a wind advisory or high wind watch right now, but likely to issue a high wind watch. Wind advisories and high wind warnings likely to be issued for the mountains of East Tennessee. So with the saturated ground that's getting ready to take place, then you have Helene come in on Friday with the wind. Yeah, power outages and toppling trees are going to be a major concern. But look at all the rainfall. This is just through Friday by the Weather Prediction Center. So 4 to 5 inches here around East Tennessee possible. Anywhere from 5 to 7 plus down across parts of Georgia, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. And notice how all this moisture is going to be in the mountains. And that's also a huge concern because as we know, the rivers in Newport, the Little River running through Gatlinburg as well, typically rise, typically flood when we get a lot of rainfall coming off the mountains. And I think that's going to be the case. So do anticipate some flooding or flash flooding across the mountain counties. Anticipate it. We don't want it, but it is possible, if not likely, at this point of the game based on the latest model guidance and forecasts. This takes us all the way through next Tuesday. And then Helene's going to be a thing of the past, and we should start to see improving weather conditions. But it's amazing how we've gone from feast to famine, or rather famine to feast. All right, here we go. So let me show you the big picture. Again, anybody may be traveling around the region. Here's that level 1, 2, and 3 risk for flooding and flash flooding concerns around the region. Again, that stretches all the way down into Atlanta, Georgia, so it's going to be a mess around the region. We'll do it again tomorrow, but they've also added a level 4. There's only 4 categories when we're talking about flooding and flash flooding concerns. And notice the mountains of East Tennessee, North Carolina have a 3 and a 4 risk for tomorrow. We're going to continue that risk on into our Friday. And so elevated flooding and flash flooding risk and concerns will go up each and every day as the rain continues to pile in. At least temperature-wise, we'll stay nice and average. Average high for this time of year is now 80 degrees. You don't need me to tell you this if you're on this platform, and you typically join me on this platform. But if you may have come across the platform this morning, saw a Facebook Live or whatnot, maybe saw it on YouTube, and you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, listen, download it today. Just go to the App Store and search East TN Weather, all one word. It's right at the very top. It's the orange TN and the white lightning bolt. Allow notifications because the National Weather Service will send you push notifications if they issue any watches or warnings due to flooding concerns or severe weather. You will get the interactive radar that will show you the past and current and future radar of 2 hours, so really give you an idea of how to plan your day. I helped the construction workers yesterday because I had LCUB here at the house, and I had some electricians, and we were talking about the rain, and they knew what I was doing, sort of. And so I got a couple app downloads. They said they were going to pass it along to all the linemen that work for LCUB. So thank you very much, LCUB. Hopefully you have a great resource for weather in your hands for all your workers here soon as the word spreads through LCUB, because they had to come and cut the line, and that's why I didn't have power. So when they came back and reconnected the line, that's when the conversation continued. And gave him a hat and a t-shirt. Said, thanks for all you're doing, because you're helping me stay afloat during inclement weather, i.e., along with city heat and air, that keep East Tennessee weather on the air all the time, thanks to a whole home generator that is currently being installed. So the gas is not hooked up yet. It's not fully hooked up yet, but that should be coming here, I think he said, this weekend. So we'll see how the weather all plays out and what that means. But yeah, a lot of rain is on the way, so this is going to be a big old mess. We go from extremely dry weather conditions, so it's just insult to injury really at this point of the game. And remember that the ground becomes hydrophobic, so it's going to take a little bit because the ground is so dry. It's going to take a while for all this water to finally soak its way into the ground, which will help, allow that water to be, soaking down through rather than just staying on top. So something to kind of keep in mind. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a rainy day. Hopefully we don't see any severe weather, but we have some cells showing up down across the Southern Valley, closer to Cleveland. So these are kind of the cells that we need to watch for here through the day today. And I'll show you what that looks like here. So these cells coming in out of the south, we'll have to watch because they're coming into a fairly favorable environment for seeing the possibility of some severe storms. And so that's what we need to watch for. So the southwest to northeasterly flow is what the pattern is going to take shape throughout the day today. I'll post a lot on social media, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Listen, I threw it on there yesterday because it's all about community awareness. So the more you share and like something that seems important to you or our community, the more I would love for you to share and like it, just so, because the more you do that, the more it gets broadcast out to social media. You got to realize everything I post, unless you actually come to my platform, typically people only see about 10% of what I post every single day. So you got 100,000 followers, they're only going to see 10,000 people. People are going to see what you post every day, just to make the numbers easy, right? And so it's super important when all this information gets put out that you like, share, and subscribe to share with everybody else. Anyways. Let's see. Barbara says, we need it. Next, I prayed for the rain. I will ask for an inch of rain at one inch at a time. Yeah, Barbara, thanks for stop the rain dances here, people. We don't need the rain dances anymore. Julie thinks that she's just naming it Humphrey. Humphrey's right there. I'm not wearing the shirt because we do have weather to talk about today. I can be silly other days, but on a serious note, not that I'm too serious because I never am. But on a more serious note, I didn't wear the shirt today due to the fact with the impending weather, and I wanted to keep things a little bit more serious for people that may be joining in. I know our group, we can have a lot more fun on some days. But Julie, I don't necessarily know that's the name. I didn't get a chance to put that on social media. I didn't want to do it last week because of some activity that was coming in. I'm probably not going to do it today as well or tomorrow. I'm going to let this event pass. So we're going to hold off on the naming because weather is more important than naming a plastic camel at this point of the game, right? So we will get to work with that, I promise you. Remember that the National Weather Service is having an open house on Saturday morning from 10 to 2, open to the public. Go in and see what the National Weather Service does, how they operate, look at their equipment. It's computers and a Doppler radar. It's cool, but I think my family and I are going to show up, and we're planning on at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll stay for about an hour, and then I think we're going to go to lunch. And so if you're around and you want to meet up for lunch and a meet and greet, we can just kind of create our own meet and greet and say, hey, come on out. Katrina, do you have to work this weekend? Let me just ask you this question right now, Katrina. Do you have to work this weekend on Saturday? Are you coming to the National Weather Service open house on Saturday? Pressure's on, my friend. Pressure's on. Good morning, Aaron. Yes, sir. It is a Generac. It'll keep the house up and it'll keep the studio up and running. The max I'll lose power is like for 45 seconds, but all my machines are on UPSs, and so the goal is to never lose power again. That is the goal. Let's hope we can get this thing fully operational before we lose power again. Okay, so Brandy says, we're waiting to see what happens tomorrow when that thing hits, but we're supposed to be driving down to PCB, Florida at 5 a.m. on Friday morning. Well, if you're driving down Friday morning, you'll have to contend with the rain probably through Tennessee. But after that, maybe not so much. Let me show you. Let me show you what we're talking about here. This is why I like what we can do, because I can actually, you have questions, I'll walk you through everything. So I'm just going to open my maps up here. We're going to go this slowly but surely. So there is the maps. We'll come here, and I don't want the camera to move. So let's do this. Take that out. Okay. So here's a storm, right? Here's Helene. So there's Thursday morning. It makes landfall somewhere around the Big Bend Thursday afternoon. So if you're not leaving till Friday morning, that's what it looks like Friday morning. So again, you'll likely, Brandy, have rain leaving Tennessee, so you should be fine. And then once you get down into Georgia, you should be smooth sailing the whole way. So I think you'll be okay, Brandy. I really do. Yeah, it's going to be slow going out of Tennessee Friday morning. But the storm will be over us, and so it'll be windy, it'll be breezy, it'll be gusty. Once you get down into Georgia, you'll have, let me go back to here real quick. Once you get down into Georgia, the winds will be shifting, right? Here in East Tennessee, the winds will be coming out of the southeast, but once you get down into Georgia, they'll be coming out of the west-southwest. And so, and they'll be kind of perpendicular to the interstate, traveling southbound. So that's going to bump the car around a little bit. If you drive a van or minivan or whatever, I don't know what you drive. You're going to be tossed around a little bit. But I would say that the drive should be relatively smooth sailing once you get out of the state of Tennessee. Hope it plays out that way for you. Join us. I guess you're leaving on Friday, 5 in the morning, but you can join on the East Tennessee Weather app or on Facebook while you're driving down the road. I don't know if the hubby's driving or whatnot, or your friends or whatever, but if you're a passenger, you can watch Wake Up with Witcher at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'll give you an idea, and you can chime in. Like, how's the rest of my drive looking? And I'll help you out. Let's see here. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. Brian's joining us. What a great day to be alive. I love your attitude, Brian. How was dinner last evening? Fine. Well, we ended up taking my wife. Oh, yeah. Did you join last night, Tim? So my wife took over all the food to our neighbor's house to cook. She made lasagna soup, and it was really good. So she took it over to the neighbors. So once I got done broadcasting, I went over and said hi to the neighbors and my wife, and then helped her bring everything back home. But it was good. Lasagna soup. You're very welcome, Sheila. Good morning, Kat. Got Edwin on here. It is a train of rain, Buck. It is. Feast or famine around here. Some people just don't drive appropriately in the rain. Maybe not know how to, but appropriately, right? Driving maybe too fast. Again, that's why I always mention the tires, because if you've been holding off on your tires for the winter months, and you may not have great tires on your car, you might want to slow it down, because hydroplaning and ponding and puddling and whatnot's going to be a major concern. And I think some of these rivers, these creeks and rivers, I would imagine based on the forecast, that we will have some isolated flooding and flash flooding concerns in somewhere. Let's hope it doesn't happen. But anybody joining us from the campgrounds up in the Smoky Mountains, something to keep in mind. Not only we talked about a lot of wind on Friday, we're going to be adding more rain to the forecast here over the next 3 days. And so if you're around the rivers and lakes, of course, the National Park Service is going to keep you up to date on everything, but maybe a good idea to find something else. Now, if you're going to be going camping this weekend, Saturday should be fine. Sunday should be fine. The storm system should be relatively a thing of the past. Do we have the clouds taking shape? Yeah, I think the clouds will be with us this weekend. Our temperature is going to be great. Absolutely. But I don't necessarily know that we're going to have what we're talking about over the next 3 days occur Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Jerry, have a great day. If you're showing houses today, well, that's not you. I don't know. Are you a real estate agent, Jerry? I think maybe you are. I know Kat is. Well, if anybody's a real estate agent showing houses today, travel safely. And I know I've got the glasses on this morning so I can see the screens. There was a hiccup with my contacts for some reason. But here we are. We've got them ordered, and they'll be in here soon, so I won't have to wear them again. Let's see. Tom says 1.75 inches of rain during the overnight hours. At your house there, Tom? Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, so now Tom's already picked up an inch and 3/4 of rainfall over the last 24 hours. Now we're talking about another 1 to maybe 2-3 inches throughout the day today, depending on where this axis of rain sets up shop, and then maybe an additional 1 to 3 inches by Thursday, Friday timeframe. So, I mean, this is going to be a big 3 days here around town and around the region. We're likely to have power outages, especially when Helene's remnants move on in, giving us toppled trees and whatnot. Betty says, get the app if you don't have it. It is awesome. It is. It's not on the merch shop yet, but I do have some hoodies. Let me show you here real quick. Hold on. I wasn't prepared. But here are the hoodies. What do you think of those? I got this color and I have black. I have new shirts. I have new hats in, but super soft. So these things are amazingly soft. They're not on the website yet, so don't worry about it. I'll get those on the website, get those priced out for yours truly in the coming days. Hopefully we'll have that up by this weekend. It takes a while to do, but we'll get that here soon enough. But let's dance, shall we? All right, here we go. That's not it. Let's go there. There we go. Today's national holidays brought to you by yours truly. World Dense Breast Day, last Wednesday in September. We've got National Open the Magic Day. Oh, there we go. Open the Magic. National Daughters Day. Big shout out to all the daughters. I don't have any, but happy National Daughters Day to anybody. National Quesadilla Day. Oh, I love me some quesadillas. I don't know what it is. You know, the funny thing is quesadillas are just like tacos and tostadas and anything else. I feel like it's just all the same package. It's all the same ingredients, just packaged differently. But there's some good quesadillas out there. You know, get some aioli sauce on there, some steak, some fresh steak, and all the fixins. And it's National Lobster Day. I love me some lobster. Maybe we should cook lobster tonight. It's too darn expensive, Witcher. We're not going to do that. National Research Administrator Day. We got National Tune-Up Day. Let's see what that one's about. Looks like they're getting their house ready. National Tune-Up Day on September 25th reminds homeowners to prepare for the winter heating season. A heating system tune-up saves energy and reduces heating costs, plus keeps you and your family safe during the winter months. That is true. We need those heaters. The things that we take for granted, air conditioners and heaters on a daily basis. And it's National Comic Book Day. That's pretty cool. Oh, we got more. Got a lot going on today. We also have National Math Storytelling Day. Okay. National One Hit Wonder. Come on, Buck. Give me your best one hit wonder band or song. Or anybody that's good with music. I'm going to go with Blame It on the Rain with Milli Vanilli. Although they actually had several songs. I'm trying to think of some other one-hit wonders. Well, that's all I had at the top of my head. It's National Women's Health and Fitness Day. Ladies, get fit. Get fit. I know Christy's been on here. She has lost a lot of weight. She's been getting fit. And now she's pregnant again. So we showed you her baby the other day. But yeah, let's see if we have any more. Nope, no more. That's it. We got lobsters, quesadillas, tune-ups, comic books, Research Administrator Day, Dense Breast, National One Hit Wonder Day, Storytelling for Math, and National Women's Health Fitness Day. That is what we have today. Oh, let's see. Thanks, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that for sure. And again, if any inclement weather, if we need to go live for severe weather coverage, I will be broadcasting live if and when need to be. Obviously, yesterday I did the best I could with the resources I had, thanks to the install of the whole home generator. But We'll get there. We're almost there. We have redundancy in everything except that for now, and that will be coming soon. Let's see what else you got going on here this morning. Good morning from Tazewell. We got Mel joining us. Eva. Missy Newman says good morning. Good morning, Missy. How are you? Debbie's on here. Is Janelle on here? Did Janelle chime in? She did. There you go. What's up, babe? You're very welcome, Brandy. You'll be in a Suburban. All right, so you're going to be in a higher profile vehicle, so you'll probably get tossed around a little bit Friday morning as those winds will be coming in out of the west. That's usually what it is. The whole kitchen sink. Everything but the kitchen sink, right? Yeah, so likely to have some storm surge, but the storm's going to be way north of us, and so the winds are going to be shifting. So I don't think there's going to be major storm surge possibilities. What's up, Eddie? Eddie's joining us. Eddie and I have become friends through social media, I guess, right, Eddie? Over the last year or so. He's in Newfoundland, whatever you say up there in Labrador. They have crazy weather. I follow him. He's a meteorologist up there. I follow him. And you want some weather extremes, go up there. I mean, they have incredible weather extremes up there. But, Eddie, thanks for joining us on the broadcast this morning. We've got a lot going on here in East Tennessee. I mean, we're talking tropical storms and rain and just a river of moisture that's not going to stop for 3 whole days. Are we expecting, Lynette says, are we expecting much wind from the storm when it reaches here? Yes. So Friday, the wind will pick up. As the remnants or whatever it is at the time it comes over East Tennessee, whether it be a remnant low, tropical depression, or still holding strong as a tropical storm, we're going to have quite a bit of wind. So the National Weather Service was talking about the possibility. They have not issued it yet, but likely going to issue a high wind watch for the Smoky Mountain National Park. And that's the case when we get I think we could have a mountain wave event because the winds are going to be perpendicular to the Smokies, and so that creates a mountain wave event. We'll likely get some downsloping that may shut off some of the rainfall totals at the lower elevations of the Smokies, but because of the compressing, warming air and the wind. But the higher elevations are likely to get hammered, and of course, where does that water go? It comes downstream, and so that's why I think the Pigeon River and whatnot, over in Townsend, I think we're going to get some flooding and flash flooding concerns, or we do have or will have flooding and flash flooding concerns anyways. I think the winds over the mountains could exceed upwards of 40 to 60 miles per hour. I think below in the foothills, and I think here in the valley as well. Pretty much all of East Tennessee, I would say 20 to 30 mile per hour winds possible, if not winds gusting higher than that. So I would imagine that at least wind advisories get posted by the National Weather Service somewhere around town, likely a high wind warning at some point of the game. But I will post that on social media. And again, the best day for that to happen would probably be late Thursday, and then through the day on Friday before it starts to weaken and move its way off to our west-northwest. Let's see. We got Lisa on here. What's up, Lisa? How are you this morning? Richard's joining us. Good morning. How are you? You and Della, I guess. Here we go again. That's right, buddy. We got Karen joining us this morning. We've got a lot of newbies on here, Sue. Or maybe just new to the chat. Maybe not new to Wake Up with Witcher. But I will here in just a moment go through all your questions. If you have any questions or concerns about the forecast, fire away on the chat. I'm trying to catch up right now. We will send you eventually back to the 24-hour weather channel, which at point, if you missed any of the forecast at the very top, remember, Wake Up with Witcher starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. 99.9% of the time. Yesterday was 7:15 because I had to take my kid to the bus stop. But I digress. So 7 o'clock in the morning, Wake Up with the Witcher. We get you out the door with a check of weather, traffic, and then we go to questions. We go to fun stuff like the national calendars. So join us every day if you can. Alfonso's joining us. Have a great day. Thanks, buddy. I hope you have a great day as well. So we got a lot of new people on here this morning. The morning crew is growing. Wake Up with the Witcher crew is growing. The family. We've got our dailies on here for sure, but we're starting to grow a little bit more, and I love this every single day. And thanks for checking in on the app as well. Again, if you don't have the app, download the app. Let me show you a couple things with the app. For those that may not, so for some people that are new to the platform and have not seen the app yet, when you open the app up, it's going to open up just like that. And so this is what the app looks like. And again, if for who was it? Whoever's going to PCB, I can't remember your name. Remember, your little plus sign at the top, right there. You can click on that and put in PCB in the map, and then that will take you, and you'll be able to see how the radar and the temperatures change when you put that forecast in. I think we did put PCB in there yesterday or the other day. Anyways, here's the app. But if you open up the radar, you can see how you can get all watches and warnings. There's your hurricane warnings, the tropical storm warnings, flood and flash flood watches painted all up and down from Georgia to Alabama and Tennessee. And so this is exactly what you can get. But it's more than that, because remember, it gives you current, past, and future radar. And so if you come in here and you push play, see if it plays. Sometimes my computer gets locked up. It works better on the cell phone sometimes, but let's see if it works. It does. So there's your future cast of 2 hours. So there's your past 2 hours, there's your current time, and there's your future cast of 2 hours. So it gives you a great idea on how the weather's all going to be playing out. Again, you do have tropical tracks on here as well. So we come over here to overlays, and you can put in the National Hurricanes Tropical Track. So now we come back over here, and we can expand the view, see if it's on here. I don't know if it loaded. It didn't load on my computer, but it is on my cell phone, so it'll be on your cell phones as well. So the East Tennessee Weather app, just go to your app store and search East TN Weather, all one word. It will pop up right at the very top. You're looking for the orange TN and the white lightning bolt. Super easy, super efficient, clean, no nonsense, all weather, all the time for us here locally, but of course travels wherever you go. And make sure you have those push notifications turned on, because if I do live severe weather coverage for anything at all, a push notification gets sent to your phone. You'll get lightning data when lightning's within 15 miles of your location. I could go on and on and on. And the best part of this is it's 100% free. Why? Because our cell phones come with free weather every day, but it's not enough. And that's why East Tennessee Weather's here for you every day. All right, Pam likes the hoodies, so they will be up on the website here soon. And hopefully we can get some of those going for the fall months as we continue to grow. I still have tumblers and coffee mugs and stickers coming. So we got more merch coming to the website here real soon. So, but of course I'll let you know. There we go. One hit wonder. Joe Jackson, Stepping Out. Love it. Can't say that I know that song. Tom says the app works everywhere in the U.S. My go-to while in the RV. And not just that, but you actually get lightning data across the entire world. And you can get forecasts from the other parts of the world as well. You're just not going to get radar. You're not going to get the future cast. You're not going to get some of that stuff. But anywhere in the U.S., you will definitely get it. All right, my friends. Let's see. It's 7:33. Again, I'm going to go through the forecast with the 24-hour weather channel. So I'll send you back to that here in just a moment. We will continue to wrap things up. So you know what that means? It means we got to cue some music. Is it not playing? It says playing. It's playing. I just couldn't hear it. There it is. I just couldn't hear it on my side. Sorry about that. Anyway, stay safe today. Be safe. Travel safely. Check in frequently, often. Come to the Mike Witcher TV Facebook page or the East Tennessee Weather Facebook page to find out more information. Because, again, you can't just scroll through your feeds and expect to get all the information that I'm sending out. If I continue to send out more, like if I send out something every hour, you're not going to get everything and all the information. Of course, you'll also get all the wealth of weather information from the East Tennessee Weather app online at easttnweather.com. I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube, soon to the market Apple TV. Go smash that subscribe on YouTube. Help the platform out. And as I mentioned yesterday and earlier this morning, like and share important weather safety information to our community. The more you like it, the more you share it, the more it helps and spreads through our community, which is what we're here to do. We're here to help each other out, right? That's what East Tennessee Weather is all about, and that's what you're all about as well. Again, don't forget Saturday morning between 10 and 2, between 10 and 2, the National Weather Service is hosting an open house to the public. The Witchers will be up there right around 11 o'clock, I think. We'll stay for about an hour, and then we're going to go have lunch. And so we could do like a little meet and greet if you want to come out to a place and enjoy maybe some food Saturday afternoon. You're more than welcome to join us. Come on. Let's go, everybody. We're just one big happy family. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Until then, have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is...
From the East Tennessee Weather Center, here's your morning weather update with meteorologist Mike Witcher.
All right, good morning. Here we go again. We're talking about a river of rain heading our way. Not just one round, but several rounds, thanks to not just a cold front approaching the area, but a tropical system, Helene, that's going to be swinging its way up into the deep south and the Appalachian region. So let's go ahead and get to work right now with the almanac from yesterday. Quick check on that. Saw some decent rain in Cumberland County and also the Tri-Cities area, where we picked up anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain. We also had a confirmed tornado on the ground yesterday evening up into Hawkins-Hancock County. National Weather Service is going to go out and survey the damage there and see what's going on. But the point of that story is things escalated pretty quickly yesterday evening. That's where we saw some of the heaviest rain from Morgan up towards the Tennessee-Kentucky border, even in downtown Knoxville, picking up about 0.85 of an inch of rain. On the big picture, look at this big river of moisture that's going to continue to swing its way into the area. So one round, here comes another round of rain, thanks to the remnants of Helene. And notice Helene is the track of Helene is going to be right over East Tennessee. And so that's going to produce a lot of wind and a lot of rain to boot. And so with that said, the Storm Prediction Center still has us under a level 1 risk for isolated strong to severe thunderstorms across the eastern half of East Tennessee. The best timing on that's going to be from now through noon. After the lunch hour, it looks like it's just going to all mob together as a big old rain event. And so, yes, the rain will pick up throughout the day today. So the Weather Prediction Center has put us under a level 1, 2, and 3 risk for some localized flooding and flash flooding over the next 24 hours. The greatest risk is going to be across the mountain counties. And if you were with me over the last couple of days, I said, listen, if this rain axis shifts east 50 to 100 miles, it's going to change things drastically. And that's exactly what's happened. It looks like the eastern half of East Tennessee will get the heaviest rainfall. And so we do have a flood watch that's in effect Thursday through Thursday across the valley locations through Friday in the mountain locations and over into North Carolina. So when you look at our storm threats, we're going to go medium category through this morning into the early afternoon for strong to severe thunderstorms. Tornado threat, we're going to throw it out there. Can't rule that out, but not likely. Not likely much hail, but again, increasing threat for some localized flooding and flash flooding. So let's walk you through our local futurecast. Picking up this morning, we've had some showers through the overnight hours, and here we go. So the greatest risk for strong thunderstorms will be this morning. Then as we get into the lunch hour, you can see how this is all going to come together as just one big massive rain event. Heaviest rain is going to continue to swing its way into the area. And so often on showers, but good solid tropical downpours. We've got a lot of moisture in the atmosphere to work with. And so just through 7 o'clock tonight, we're looking at anywhere from, say, a half an inch of rain or more in some locations, all the way up to an inch, inch and a half of rainfall. So, again, this is going to start the process of what's heading our way as we round out the week. Temperature-wise, thanks to the clouds and the rain, we're going to stay on the cooler side, 72 degrees by lunchtime and back closer to those seasonal averages. We're going to be in the upper 70s for the most part, and that's going to make for a comfortable evening, but again, a very wet and soggy evening for many of us here around town, so make sure you check in with the interactive radar using the East Tennessee Weather app. It's a free app download, and it's everything you need to know for weather right here in East Tennessee. All right, there is Helene, the circulation just right around the Yucatan Peninsula. It's going to continue to swing its way into the Gulf of Mexico, right around the Big Bend of Florida, and then swinging its way through the Appalachian region, right over East Tennessee, and then back to our west and northwest, and that's going to bring us the wind and the rain. So yes, elevated rain chances all the way through Friday. Then we shut that off pretty quickly. I think Friday afternoon we'll probably shut off the rain chances pretty quickly, and that's going to continue Saturday, and then maybe a few showers and a few thunderstorms getting into our Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But look at all the rainfall. So if you have travel plans around the region, if you're staying here locally, this takes us all the way through Sunday. And you can see the bullseye of rain from Atlanta, Georgia, making over into parts of North and South Carolina through next Tuesday. And so, again, we're talking about excessive rainfall. And so the big picture, here's that risk for excessive rainfall and the possibility of some flooding and flash flooding by the Weather Prediction Center. And you can see where that level 3 risk is over into North Carolina and Georgia, all the way up to a level 4 risk into northern Georgia and the mountains of North Carolina. So not good news there Flooding and flash flooding is going to be a major concern, and a lot of this moisture is going to be in the mountains. And so if you're joining us from Newport, Cott County, Sevier County, locations that typically flood, something to keep in mind that flooding concerns, river levels are going to rise very, very quickly here over the next couple of days. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay nice and solid and average here over the next 5 to 7 days. Average high is 80 degrees. So as I mentioned, check in with the East Tennessee Weather app. If you don't have it, go to the App Store and search East TN Weather, all one word. The interactive radar is going to be a great tool, although we know that the storms are going to be moving on in, and it's likely to bring us widespread rainfall. But you can check in on the daily forecast weather updates as well. I do that at least 3 times a day. And, of course, on all social media. We sure hope you have a great day. Be safe. Travel safely. If you don't have great tires on your car, hydroplaning is going to be a major issue as well. Your next weather update is coming up today at noon. I hope you check back in.